was a guy who like warned us about all this kind of stuff. He wrote stuff, God, like over 100 years ago. His name is Karl something.
Karl Marx?
Karl Marx.
Was it
there
Karl Marx?
It is.
Yeah.
God, there's the guy.
What was it? Was it
yeah,
the
whiz.
proletariat?
Yeah, plateriat.
It's a Borghese?
Borghese and Plautats. Yep. Borghese and
Borghiosi.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the Plagatalats. Yep. Dude, it's so fucking. It's so.
I like that we're
funny
3 minutes in and we've gotten to socialism.
Yeah.
It's not about being white. It's about the experience of whiteness as a thing. Because you're biracial, and it's like so you have the experience of passing,
which used to be a crime. Like white supremacy is on like a fucking. It's a part of America. Male and white supremacy are just these things that have been a part of this nation since the very fucking beginning. Even looking at the prison system and like the abolishment of slavery, right? Like,
right.
It's the same shit. Like, and it's like, look at how much of the prison system is black people, right? I consider myself a gray. I've turned the
the aliens.
Yeah, I've dubbed the term gray for what I am, because just being a good human, you know what things are right and wrong. You know what I mean? This discernment, you just know, hey, this is probably not a great thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The income gap is just horrifying. Like how much these CEOs are making compared to what the people who work for them make. It's absurd, and it's borderline evil.
That's the thing that gets me is this acquisition of wealth and power for the sake of having wealth and power. It's the same reason when they're against universal basic income, but they don't mind trust fund kids. Right.
Stopping. Let's stop sex traffickers from having bank accounts in America. Do you fucking actually think that major sex traffickers' money is here anyway?
Well,
or it's in banks. Like,
well, do you think Jeffrey Epstein was ever a money manager? No, he was a big time sex trafficker.
Yeah,
he made none of his money. The only money he was managing was from
other
the
people?
illicit sex trade.
Yeah,
they wanted false necessity because they don't want competition.
Yeah,
but I used to listen to David Icke and Alex Jones.
David Icke was so awesome back in the day.
10 years ago, before
Alex Jones was awesome back in the day.
Yeah, before it got all weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it was weird, it was reptilians. But before it got, all white nationalist weird.
Yeah. Now, he pivoted super hard.
Yeah, that was,
into Nazi territory.
That was, so out of left field. I was like, what?
I was like, dude, you were the guy who was warning us about,
the answer to 1984 is 1776.
Yeah.
That shit was brilliant.
And now, you see things he was like, oh, there's these high-ranking, officials in the government who are fucking, in these child sex cults, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, Epstein. And
he was right.
Shit, he was right. God damn it. The dude was crazy, but he was right.
Is this a hot dad?
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking it is.
Wait, is he?
He's all right. He's a decent dad.
Yeah. He's got, dad bod, which is, not a compliment.
But I guess people are into it now.
Talk about the patriarchy. I'm like, no.
No, not into it? No?
No.
No, I see.
I want it, when I'm fucking somebody, I want, if I'm riding their dick, or I'm, I want to look, I want it to almost hurt, that I'm hitting their stomach. I want to...
Right.
I want to be that's
firm.
A fucking man.
Yeah,
right
you don't
there.
want to bounce off of it. I understand what you're saying.
If I'm making out with a girl, I don't want that to be nice and soft.
Yeah, I like a soft girl.
But if I'm I want you to just throw me around, be stronger than me, because it's it's already kind of ridiculous that I'm letting you fuck me in the first place. If you think about if you decontextualize the sex act, it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
I'm on all fours. You're behind me. It's
if you, well, I mean,
you know what I mean? It's it's kind of silly when you decontextualize it.
If you get super Sartrean about it, then it's fucking weird. It's if you just deconstruct the whole thing.
It's so you gotta help me live the fantasy. You know, you gotta help me out with the fantasy. You're big and strong, and you can take me, and we're fucking, but we're kind of fighting too.
Choke me like you can kill me, but don't. I want to know that you're not going to do that, but you can do it for a little bit.
I like to fight when I fuck. You know what I mean? I want to
battle fuck.
I want to feel that there's I want to what the stakes are. I want to.
Right.
Remy LaCroix used to call it a snuggle struggle.
Snuggle
really like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. If you did get all Sartrean and fucking deconstruct what sex is, it's crazy. And the fact that we do so much to have it.
Yeah.
You're I'm not that person anymore. I used to be, especially with my circle of friendship that I have now in my life. Like I'm single. I'm super single.
Oh, your sex cult.
Yeah, my little sex cult. No, it's
it's totally a sex cult.
It's not a sex. It is a sex cult, but no, we.
But you're not you're not branding anyone and taking their life savings, so it's fine.
No.
Like it's a harmless.
There's a little blood ritual, but it's not. It's not
like
it's no, but like no, it's like me and the people that I like care about and like my friends. It's like we can be there for each other physically or emotionally or even like intellectually if you need to talk about some shit. Like no matter what, like we can all be there for each other. But sometimes we're just like, I really want to fuck now, and then we just come and do that. And we remove we've seemed to have removed the mantle that's been put on sex about, like I need to do all these things to earn your sexual affection and blah blah blah. It's like, no, sometimes we're just monkeys who are horny sometimes, and we want to bang. That's just,
it's like
it's so simple, but you keep adding shit to it.
Well, because my thing is always just like, I'm like, you're probably not going to be a star. And you're probably not going to do this for more than a few months. But if you'd like to make $5,000 to $10,000 in the next month or two, like this is a really easy, great way to do it. Yeah. And it's so ubiquitous these days that anything you do will immediately be buried in about another 2 months by other content.
Yeah, so, it's totally,
Because I used to like, if you've ever done a porn scene, and I'm like, if you've done like under 20 porn scenes, you could very comfortably just disappear back into civilian life. And like, no one would know. Because there's just so much content. It's just like. And now,
imagine if we made some kind of royalties off of it.
I know. I mean, this idea that capitalism somehow is like what keeps things fresh and innovative and also fair.
No. God, no.
It's like...
No, the free market system is just so you can upcharge. Dude, okay, so the whole idea... Sorry, this is something I'm really...
because if you ask a corporation right from wrong, what's right is whatever is profitable. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to leave moral choices in the hands of corporations.
And what's
like people are, like, against a corporate... Like, a wealth tax, because there's a 1% chance they might ever be rich enough to have to pay one. But they're against social welfare systems when there is a 100% chance they're going to use some form of social welfare in their fucking lifetime.
You already do.
It's like...
Have you ever called the cops?
Called the cops, been on a public street, fucking went to a
Have you
state
driven
school.
a car
went to
on
public
a street? Yeah.
It's like you 100% benefit from social welfare programs, but don't want to pay for those. But you don't want to give people money for that, but then you're against people taxing the rich because you think you might one day be rich when everyone knows that the reality of you ever like escaping your tax bracket, you know,
it's crazy.
Is it's nearly impossible. Like, I'm not book smart. I am smart enough to have never had a regular job. So I am smart because I am not wearing sensible shoes and never have. Hi. Hello.
Right? Yeah. See, that's like exactly. We just saw a nice butt and.
Sex is just not a big deal to me. It's really fun and it can be imbued with all kinds of meaning if I choose to let it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But like that you have a choice. And a lot of people walk around thinking like, well, we fucked, so now that means, and it's like, no, and now
you love me now, right?
It's like now it doesn't mean anything, and it's like girls are really that really fucks them up in society. This like, well, I let him have sex with me, so like now I'm like that means we have to date or something, otherwise I'm a whore, and like they really internalize that stuff, and it's really intense, and like, but like being an adult, I'm like, oh no, like it can mean nothing or it can be really intense, but like you're in the driver's seat, like you're in charge of your own head. Well, like you get to decide at every step of the way, like how you want to feel about it. And then other thing is like the beauty and aging thing. Like like when I see, I go to the gym. Like I've only ever been paid to be pretty. I've been a sex object professionally for 15 years. I go to the gym and like I look like a normal person. And I go to the gym and I see these girls that are like models and actresses that are like so like tucked and pulled and bloated and implanted and pumped. Do you
go to what gym do you go to?
I go to like a regular Gold's gym. Like I don't even go to a fancy gym.
I'm
not even at Equinox.
I was like, are you at Equinox? Okay.
No. And it's like, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, ironic. I'm like, dude, like you look better than me, and like you work at fucking McDonald's, or like you work at Neiman's, and like you're a counter girl, like, but they just feel that like they have to have this like perfect image. And I'm like, you don't. Get off Instagram, go out to an actual bar,
and see how you could literally walk home with almost.
Yeah, just like
it's fine.
Like for me, like I only post on Instagram. I don't go look through them and like But also because of porn, I mean, I can fuck anyone I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're all tested and safe.
Yeah, and then
tested even.
And then whether or not if there's some celebrity I want to fuck, chances are I can fuck him because he wants to fuck a porn star.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my favorite way to fuck, but if there's someone that I just have an intense physical crush on, where I'm like, oh, I just really want to fuck that guy, there's a 9 out of 10 chance that I can email him or get a hold of him in some way and be like, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm just like a huge fan. I can put him a link to my Pornhub profile, and I will get to fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Like, 90% chance.
I think it's a little different for guys, because I couldn't do that to, like...
Well, I mean, you could do it to your favorite male celebrities.
This is very true. 100%.
Because you know half of them are like fucking still in the...
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Well, I think everybody's just going to be bi and, like, 50... I think everybody already is, pretty much, like, most people. But it's going to be completely open and fine in, like...
Well, I think the only reason that, like, there's this intense policing of masculinity and sexuality is because it's still tied up in capitalism. It's still tied up in this idea of, like, men are workers and women just, like, shoot out babies to keep providing a population of workers. And so, like, convince women that motherhood is, like...
Which is the whole point in the Bible of the be fruitful and multiply thing.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Like, the whole reason, like, that in back then they wanted you to do that and have this family unit was so that you could put out more kids. Like, the whole Catholicism thing where you shouldn't be having sex unless you're procreating.
Right.
Yeah, so you can make more workers. Like, that's what that is for.
And so I think it's, like, the policing around, like, sexuality and all this stuff is because it's, like, this fear that, like, if people... weren't fucking for reproduction, if women were making choices about whether or not they wanted to be mothers, if men weren't always like the financial providers, if like these systems that have been put in place, very, very intricately put into place to keep the system working just the way it is. Yeah. You know, like...
Well, it's capitalism in our fucking minds, too. It's just capitalism of emotion and of ego and stuff too, because you want to be the strongest guy, or like fuck the most girls, or have the most or like none of that actually matters. Like none of that, you're not amassing any actual wealth there.
Right.
Like it literally only matters to you.
And it's ephemeral. It's ephemeral. Like it will be gone.
Yeah, it's completely not going to be remembered. Like it's and not like total like black pill nihilism of like nothing matters at all. Like I'm a fucking nihilist for sure.
But nothing matters. But like that's what's awesome. It's like do whatever the fuck you want. Then do whatever you want. Yes. It's like it's so freeing. Like do whatever the fuck you want because like none of it matters.
They've dubbed it optimistic nihilism.